Claude Debussy, Doctor Gradus et Parnassum. Claude Debussy is a French composer and music critic. When Claude was 11 years old, his parents noticed his musical talent and sent him to the Paris Conservatoire. While he was studying in Rome, Debussy became interested in European music. He was very impressed with the composition of Mussorgsky. When Claude returned to Paris, he encountered a new art movement. It was Impressionism. Impressionism was in everything, in music, painting, literature, etc. This direction influenced the creation of Debussy. Debussy remained in Paris until the end of his life. There he wrote music and sometimes performed as a pianist. Claude was an avant-garde composer. He used an unusual harmony. The mood of the music is very important. Emotion is created by tones of sounds. The composition's Doctor Gradus et Parnassum is included in the Suite Children's Corner. The piano suite Children's Corner was composed gradually and Debussy finished it in 1980. He dedicated the suite to his daughter. The first play in the cycle is called Doctor Gradus et Parnassum. Its title is associated with the famous cycle of etudes by Clementi. Gradus et Parnassum, a popular expression, means step by step to Mountain Parnassus. Systematic exercises in the technique of playing the piano offered by Clementi in the form of etudes are one of the ways that gradually bring the young pianist closer to the heights of performing skills. Debussy wrote Doctor in the title, meaning Clementi, only joking with him. According to the second version, the Doctor is just a toy, like the rest of the names of the parts of the suite. It was fashionable to speak and write in English, so the title of the song was written in English. But Claude wrote all the terms in French, despite the fact that everybody usually writes musical terms in Italian. He wanted to collect all the typical melody movements to make something more interesting. He showed all the techniques for etudes, drawing an analogy with children's music education. Debussy emphasized the techniques of the old formulas of movement and sequences. Debussy said that the first song, Doctor Gradus et Parnassum, is an illustration of his daughter playing the piano. From the very beginning, the composer immerses us in his daughter's childhood. The music is light and easy to understand. The combination of sounds merges into one stream similar to the game of a child. We can hear a graceful melody that lets us know that a little girl is running around the room. The composer shows the character of his daughter with the help of tempos and dynamics. We can assume that his child is playful, but has a girlish shyness. This is shown in the opening tempo and main dynamics of the song. The dynamics range from quiet to very quiet. The tempo will change throughout the song from moderate to fast. Debussy said that this song should be played on an empty stomach in order to start moderately and finish quickly. In the transition between parts, the composer allows you to slow down, but then it returns to the first tempo again. We can observe a slightly tense harmony and a slowdown tempo, as if the girl had done some forbidden thing and was waiting for someone to notice, or she is watching the reaction of adults. But no one notices anything and she returns to her usual mood. Tempo and dynamics are returned to music. This is the main theme. It will sound 3 times, but with small change. The composer writes the next part in a new tempo. If we look at the notes, we can see how Claude wrote the melody. The melody is written in notes with stems up, which coincide with a strong beat as if showing that she was running or rather jumping down the stairs, as we can see the downward movement of the staccato melody in the right hand here, which turn into crotchet notes to indicate that the child is a bit tired of jumping and perhaps takes more time to run down the stairs. To show the change of mood, composers use different keys. Claude Debussy also used this way. Do you know how often the mood changes in children, especially in girls? Claude Debussy used several deviations to show these changes. We can hear clear contrasts of mood. The melody is elegant so that we can imagine not just a child but a little Parisian girl. Claude Debussy shows the character of his daughter. She does tricks but very carefully because the governess looks after her. Therefore, if in music we hear unexpected movements of the melody in music, even they will be coquettish. It is their character traits that belong to girls, even small ones. The ending is very jolly. We can imagine the little girl delicately playing the final chords. The notes even spelled out a change in tempo. Thank you for your attention. I hope you enjoyed my presentation and understand how to listen to this piece more meaningfully and with greater pleasure. If you have any questions, you can ask them in the comments. I will always be happy to answer.